It's Christmas Eve, a night of joy, peace, and family. But what if everything you know about Christmas is a lie? Beneath the holiday cheer lies a darkness that only a few dares to speak of. In the forgotten corners of the world, there's a curse tied to the very essence of Christmas, an ancient force that awakens every year to claim those who dare to disturb it. Have you ever heard of the Christmas Wraiths? No? Then you've never heard the most chilling folklore to ever haunt the holiday season. Buckle up, because this tale of Christmas curses and haunted spirits is not for the faint of heart. Have you ever heard of the Christmas Wraiths? No? Then you've never heard the most chilling folklore to ever haunt the holiday season. Buckle up, because this tale of Christmas curses and haunted spirits is not for the faint of heart. In the quiet, snow-covered village of Eldergrove, Christmas is not a time of joy, it's a time of terror. For generations, the townspeople have whispered of shadowy figures that walk the streets, their hollow eyes glowing through the winter fog. These aren't your typical holiday spirits. These are the Christmas Wraiths, lost souls bound to the night of Christmas Eve, forever cursed to roam the earth in search of the living. So, what happens if you cross them? You might just become their next victim. The curse of the Christmas Wraiths dates back centuries, to a time long before Christmas was celebrated as we know it. In the early 1300s, a powerful sorcerer named Morvith became obsessed with controlling the spirits of the dead. He performed dark rituals on Christmas Eve, seeking to enslave the souls of those who passed away on this sacred night. But the spirits weren't so easily controlled. Morvith's ritual went horribly wrong, summoning something far darker than he had anticipated. Twisted, vengeful spirits who now roam the earth every Christmas Eve, cursed to take the lives of the living unless appeased. The Wraiths have one goal: to find a soul pure enough to claim, to complete the dark cycle that Morvith started. Amelia and Jack had never heard of the Christmas Wraiths. Newlyweds, they moved to a remote farmhouse in Eldergrove, eager to start a quiet, peaceful life. But as Christmas approached, something strange began happening. It started small. Amelia found the old attic door slightly ajar, as if someone had been there. She thought nothing of it. But then, late at night, she heard whispers, faint, hollow voices calling her name, and the mirrors in the house. Her reflection seemed off, eyes too dark, shadows in the corners that weren't there before. Jack laughed it off, thinking it was just the stress of moving. But Amelia's unease grew with each passing day, as she noticed more and more signs. Creeping cold, faint footsteps on the stairs when no one was there, and the unmistakable feeling of being watched. The night before Christmas Eve, Amelia discovered an old journal in the attic, a journal that belonged to a previous owner, dated back to the 1300s. Its pages were filled with disturbing stories of Eldergrove, the curse of the Christmas Wraiths, and the chilling prophecy that foretold the return of the spirits each year. The journal spoke of the souls who had vanished on Christmas Eve, people who had been taken by the Wraiths, never to be seen again. As she read, a cold wind blew through the house. Even though all the windows were shut, the whispers grew louder, distant yet so close. "Come to us, you are the chosen one." Amelia turned to Jack, her voice trembling.
"Jack, there's something wrong. We need to leave. We can't stay here."
But Jack wasn't listening. He was already outside, staring into the snow-covered forest. His eyes were wide, his body rigid, as if something was pulling him toward the darkness beyond.
"Jack, don't go."
It was too late. Jack vanished into the fog. Amelia's heart raced as she searched the house, frantically calling Jack's name, but it was no use. The house was empty. The whispers grew louder, almost deafening now, and that's when she saw them. Figures, tall and cloaked in tattered robes, their eyes glowing with a sinister, fiery red. The Christmas Wraiths, they weren't just a myth, they were real, and they were coming for her. Desperate, Amelia ran to the old cellar, hoping to find shelter. But the Wraiths were everywhere. Their cold, icy breath brushed against her skin, their whispers a constant chorus. She felt her chest tighten, her heart pounding in her ears. The spirits were closing in. One of the Wraiths, its face hidden beneath its hood, reached out with skeletal hands. "You are ours." But Amelia knew what she had to do. She had read the journal. There was a way to break the curse, but it required a sacrifice, a life for a life. She had to face the Wraiths head-on, and only by surrendering herself to the spirits could she end the nightmare. With no choice left, Amelia stepped forward, ready to give herself to the Wraiths. But as she did, something horrifying happened. The spirits didn't take her. They laughed. Their cold, hollow laughter filled the room, echoing through the walls.
You think you can break the curse? The curse is the Christmas Wraiths. You are the curse.
Amelia realized with a sickening jolt that it wasn't just the spirits who were bound to the curse. It was her. The Wraiths had been feeding off her fear, her soul, for generations. She was never meant to break it. She was the key to their resurrection. The spirits surrounded her, their chilling touch freezing her to the bone. As her vision blurred, she felt her body being pulled into the darkness. The last thing she saw was Jack's lifeless face, his eyes wide with terror, as he became one with the Wraiths. The Christmas Wraiths return each year, not to take, but to make their new victims, and Amelia is waiting for you.